Story number two, Mr. Fakler, John Fakler, we're going to go to you with story number two. This is kind of a combo story. The premier story is going to be coming out of the Miami New Times, but then I'm gonna follow that up with a piece that's coming out of one of the local TV channels here. So, Mr. Fakler, I'll read you the headline, first couple graphs, and then I want you to comment. Here we go. Headline: Miami New Times. Juvia restaurant has closed its Miami Beach location. Will reopen at Miami Worldcenter. Anybody doesn't know, South Beach is a neighborhood in the municipality, which is called Miami Beach. It's located on a barrier island. You go over about a 5-mile causeway to the west. You go over Biscayne Bay and you end up on the mainland. And there's where you got the city of Miami. And there's a neighborhood in the city of Miami, right in the greater downtown Miami area, called Worldcenter. So basically, this restaurant going from South Beach, which is a very popular neighborhood of Miami Beach, internationally known, over to the mainland into downtown Miami in a place called Miami Worldcenter. So again, Juvia restaurant has closed its Miami Beach location, will reopen at Miami Worldcenter. The iconic South Beach restaurant will reopen in 2024 as part of a downtown mixed-use development. That's the subhead. And first couple graphs from Mr. Fakler. Juvia, the longtime Miami Beach restaurant known for its expansive outdoor patio and Miami skyline views, has shuttered its doors. The restaurant closed for business on Thursday, August 31st. The closure, however, is not permanent. Instead, the iconic South Beach establishment, set on Lincoln Road, has announced that it will relocate to Miami Worldcenter, the $6 billion, 27-acre mixed-use development currently underway in downtown Miami. So Juvia first opened its doors in Miami Beach in 2012 when it introduced a unique collaboration of cuisine set against the stunning backdrop of Miami skylines. Departing from its longtime location, the family-run landmark establishment, I don't know if a decade constitutes a landmark, but we'll go with it. The family-run landmark establishment by Juvia Group, a hospitality collective spearheaded by restaurateurs Jonas and Alexandra Milan, has signed a lease to secure a space at the new project situated in the city's urban core. Mr. Fakler, what do you make of the fact that this rooftop restaurant in Miami Beach, right on Lincoln Road, which is a pedestrian mall, is basically shut up shop and is moving over to downtown Miami? I thought everybody wants to go to South Beach. I thought South Beach is internationally known. I thought that the condo prices are as high as they are because everybody wants to be there. We have this restaurant that is a landmark after 11 years. They're bailing on the beach and they're moving to the mainland. What do you make of that, Mr. Fakler?
Well, I know, Peter, you're being sarcastic. So what's happening, if you go to the kicker quote in the story, for those non-journalists out there, it means at the very end, Jonas, he cites the reason for moving. He cites changes in foot traffic and the overall environment. Anybody who reads between the lines will know what that means. That means things are slowing down because of an incredible influx of crime. People are getting shot at the cafes. Hooligans are running amok during music festivals. It's just not a friendly environment for businesses, retail, restaurants. So, they're essentially cutting bait and fleeing from South Beach to go to downtown, which there's obviously a big influx of retail. I know the Miami Worldcenter, I believe, is 95% leased. So there's certainly a move there of businesses, which is kind of ironic because it used to be you want to leave the city to go to the beach. Things are much more laid back. Now we seem like we have the opposite happening.
So, Mr. Fakler, I want to ask you a follow-up question, but let me just clarify. Yeah. Anybody who lives in Miami Beach or loves Miami Beach and is pissed off at Mr. Fakler for making these delegations, his X handle, which is formerly Twitter, at JT Fakler, Fakler. No, Mr. Fakler, I will say Miami Worldcenter has been in the process of being built since roughly about 2004, 2005. Right now, it's basically a number of buildings that have been put up. Some of the retail is open. Not much of it is actually being consumed, if you will. If you walk by you walk by the stores, including like Lululemon, there's nobody in them. So I'm sure they're building towards a critical mass. So I just want to put that on the record for anybody on the beach who's going to be bitching about downtown Miami. But you did make a comment about crime, and this is where the second story comes in. And I just want to sort of lend some statistics to what you're saying. This is coming out of NBC6. This is the local affiliate down here. Headline: Miami Beach amongst most dangerous Florida cities. Weston is the safest, according to FBI data. Subhead: the list of violent crime analyzed include murder and non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. I'll read a couple graphs from Mr. Fakler. Then I want you to follow up on the crime side. Living in South Florida, you may think that you live in a safe neighborhood, but do you? Personal injury Attorneys from injuredflorida.com analyzed the official figures from the FBI to determine which of Florida's 65 most populous cities are statistically the most dangerous to live in. Using the latest available data, the study was able to determine which cities have a higher rate of violent crime per 100,000 people. The list of violent crimes consists of murder and non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, and aggravated assaults. Based on the data, here are the most dangerous cities, and I will simply go through it. And what we're seeing here based on the data is Daytona Beach is number 1. Homestead is number 2. Miami Beach is number 3. Fort Myers would be 4. And West Palm Beach would be number 5. So again, anybody who's going to listen to this podcast and say, wow, Miami Beach is safe, not according to the statistics coming out from this particular organization. Mr. Fakler, what do you make of that?
Well, if you drill down a little bit further in the statistics from this study, although Miami Beach is rated number 3 or ranked number 3, it's actually ranked number 2 for robberies. So it goes back to what I said earlier that, there's robberies, happening everywhere. There's stick-ups, there's shootings. I mean, I'm not trying to make it sound like the Wild West, but it's certainly leaning towards that way because the robbery statistic actually, I kind of hung out to me even more than the overall violent crime.
Interesting. Jean or Oshrat, either of you would like to comment? I mean, if you remember during the pandemic, there was a lot of publicity internationally about some of the, how Florida had basically no mask. People could come down here. Spring breakers came down. There were all kinds of situations occurring. And I'm not talking about torquing on top of police cars. But either of you have any comment about this? Should people rely on the statistics? Does more need to be done to sort of calm this, according to the FBI data? And Juvia leaving. Anybody want to comment?
I didn't come down here for spring break. Just let's put that on the record.
Well, I do wonder. I mean, I don't go to South Beach anymore, for that and other reasons. But I have noticed that other retailers have left South Beach. So I mean, they're certainly not the. If you go to Lincoln Road, there were a lot of empty storefronts. The other thing about spring break is, we didn't used to have spring break. And, I think, my suspicion is, that we've had, influx of, discount airlines into, Miami International Airport, like Spirit and Southwest and JetBlue. And, Florida was actually one of the few places that was open during the pandemic. And so, basically it was like open doors. So, Miami Beach invited this, and they really have only themselves to blame. So, I mean, they let it get out of control, and this is the result. I mean, retailers and restaurants and shops are deciding to leave. And I'm sure the rents too are not cheap, I mean, I don't know what kind of rents they're getting in downtown Miami. But they're probably getting, some concessions to move in. So, it's going to be interesting to see.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll just add one thing. I mean, I think just sort of coming from New York and realizing the relationship between offices that people go to, and retail success. You are seeing offices that are relatively well attended, new offices rising. So I can see that you have. If you're moving down to World Center, I mean, you have, new residences, you have offices. I mean, your potential for different types of foot traffic at different times probably increases.
Interesting.